TBS News, I'm Rosine Park. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has spurned the U.S. offer of talks as a show to cover up what he called America's hostile act. Kim was speaking at the Supreme People's Assembly. The BBC's Laura Bicker has more.
Kim Jong-un reserved his harsh words for Washington, but offered a potential diplomatic opening to Seoul. In his speech at the Supreme People's Assembly, he said the new Biden administration had not changed its hostile views towards Pyongyang. The US has said that it's willing to meet with North Korea at any time and anywhere, but Mr. Kim rejected this offer as a show. However, he said he was willing to restore inter-Korean hotlines in the next week as a first step towards reconciliation with South Korea. Daily communication between the two countries to avoid rising tensions were stopped last year.
Seoul's Unification Ministry has expressed hope for the swift restoration of inter-Korean communication lines and called on the government to make necessary preparations. It added that Seoul will discuss with Pyongyang the setting up of a video conferencing system if the channels are restored. Meanwhile, the United States maintains it has no hostile policies towards the North and remains open to resuming dialogue. A State Department spokesperson reiterated the U.S. stance towards the North in an email in response to queries by Yonhap News. The spokesperson said that Washington is ready to meet with officials from Pyongyang without preconditions. The U.S. has consistently called on North Korea to engage in dialogue since the Joe Biden administration took office in January. The regime has so far been unresponsive to such overtures. South Korea has recorded a fifth straight day of more than 2,000 new COVID-19 cases amid a resurgence in infections after last week's long Chuseok holiday. The Korea Disease Control and Prevention Agency said 2,564 new cases, including 25 imported infections, were confirmed in the last 24 hours, raising the total caseload to 311,289. 7 more lives were also taken by the virus, pushing the death toll to 2,481. Health authorities are expected to extend the toughest Level 4 social distancing rules in the Greater Seoul area and Level 3 rules in other regions for a few more weeks. Authorities will announce their decision on Friday. Concerns are mounting that 2 upcoming extended holiday weekends in October will lead to more movement across the country and more coronavirus spread. But officials are hoping that increased vaccination rates will help curb the pandemic. Bus drivers in Daejeon have gone on strike for the first time in 14 years. Unionized bus drivers in the central metropolitan city walked off the job today, demanding a 4.7% pay hike and that public holidays be specified as paid holidays. In addition, they've called for an extension of the retirement age to 63. In last-minute negotiations on a collective agreement that ran after midnight, representatives of the bus companies refused to comply. The Daejeon city government said it would implement emergency transportation measures, such as increased subway and taxi operations, to reduce inconvenience to passengers. That's all the news for now. You're listening to TBS eFM.